Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm the audiologist here at Audiology Associates. We upload new earwax removal videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 9 PM UK time, so please consider subscribing. Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thank you very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. So we've got 3 patients in this compilation. The first patient's come through with one very blocked up ear. So as you can see, we've got some very soft wax at the entrance here. And then as we get in, the wax hardens up just a little bit. So we're using the standard sized Zollner tube here just to peel the wax away from the canal wall first. And then we'll try and lift this bottom section here just to unstick it. It looks like it's going to stay together quite nicely, so I'm just being very gentle on the base section to unstick and just pulling it away from that right side canal wall. There we go, it's on the move, just slowing this down so you can see it coming out. And here it comes. There it is. So you can see a nice little plug on the outer part of the ear canal, quite dry in the centre. And if we look behind that now, we can see we've got a couple of little patches of oil and very thin bits of wax. Eardrum looks a little bit dull, so it's a pinkish colour, and you can see the blood vessels on the surface of the hammer bone there as well. So this is what we removed. So it's 1.5 centimetres in length, and here it is in inches. I've been practicing this. I'm going to go, this is 11/16. I'm going to go with that. I think that's right. There you go. So this is the second patient in the compilation. You can see that this patient also has a very dark sticky type wax. You can see a couple of little hairs embedded in there as well, which is going to bind all this together. So we're just going to pop the suction tube on first of all. Sometimes with these you're lucky and you'll get a grip and the whole thing will come out then because it's bound together so nicely. But you can normally tell as soon as you get a grip, if you get this, see this very slow movement to the wax, it looks sticky, it looks this thicker consistency. When you get that, it's not going to come out easily with the suction. So what I'm going to do is use the Jobson Horne here. So we're just going to work our way around the back of this wax and pull this forwards. I've slowed quite a bit this video down whilst we're inside the ear, because a lot of people are really kind of fascinated by the Jobson Horne and the use of it. So I just thought it might be easier for you guys to see, rather you only quickly see me pull it out, but you can see that the wax here is actually stretching, folding forwards. So whereas with harder wax you'd be able to get behind it and pull it forwards, this is actually just sort of stretching and spreading almost across the bottom of the canal. So just pull the front section forward. It's going in behind it now to the further section back, to the deeper section. You can see we've managed to pull a little piece away there. And lucky you can see the gap I'm aiming for. So I'm trying to get behind the wax and pull this forwards. This is one of the reasons been a lot of people in the comments saying, oh, why didn't you use the Jobson Horne with that one? Why didn't you go in further? And especially for things like the deeper versions of the wax when they're harder, it's really difficult. You can see how much further behind the wax you have to go with the Jobson Horne, quite flat, and then tilt up for the angle to get this out. So you can see it would be much more difficult to get much further in than that. We've got a good grip on it there. It's all staying together quite nicely, so quite a large chunk there. You can see all those little tiny hairs there as well jutting out of that. And there's a little bit left here to the left hand side, so we're just going to tuck behind that now. The other thing as well, when you talk about removing deeper wax with the Jobson Horne, you've got to think about the angle of the Jobson Horne as you put it in. You've got to put it in quite flat. Now, in order to get any purchase on the wax, you've got to lift it to get the bend, the very slight bend you see on the end of the Jobson Horne behind the wax. Well, it's very difficult. If you imagine you've gone in sort of 2 centimetres into an ear canal and then to try and get that bend, you're not going to be able to do it, which is why I tend to use suction deeper in these kind of Jobson Hornes and stuff on the outer part of the ear canal. You can see as we removed there the little bit of dry skin was around the outside edge. There's a little bit of just very fine sticky wax here at the entrance. We're just going to pop the suction tube on that just to see if we can break that down a little bit, get rid of the worst of it using suction. There we go. And take a look at that eardrum there. You can see the eardrum looks nice and shiny. So this is what we removed. You can see we've got 3 centimetres of wax there coming out. And oh my goodness, okay, 1 inch and 1/8, is it? I think I really don't do inches very well, guys. We're all kind of metric over here now. It's inches is dragging it from my memory. So you can see now we've got very soft, sticky wax here. A little bit complicated by the narrow entrance. This is the standard size ulnar tube. So what you can see, it's quite narrow there. So what we have to do here is we have to work very, very close to the wax. We have to use the endoscope to hold the canal open, and then pass the suction tube over the top so we can get this. You are working almost right up against the wax for a lot of these sort of very narrow ear canal removals. What you can see is where the canal is really narrow, it's all really sticky. It's all collected right at the entrance, and you find that a lot with narrow canals. You have a wide canal moving down where the entrance was narrow. It can't get out, so it all accumulates around that entrance. Trying to unstick a little bit here. Somebody in the comments popped in saying that you drum into us if it's sticky wax, use olive oil, use olive oil, use olive oil. But what would happen here is we've always got to weigh up the limitation of view you'll get with olive oil, because it can blur the lens, especially when you're working really close to the outer section of the ear canal like this. You're working through a narrow entrance. If you spray any olive oil in there, that oil is going to coat the entrance, and the camera, the endoscope camera, has to pass through that all the time, so it's going to keep blurring, which you're going to lose your visual. So it's always this trade-off with sticky wax. You always weigh up, how much benefit I'll get from using olive oil compared to how much it's going to obscure my view. You can see just how sticky this wax is. We're getting a grip on it here. We're trying to pull it out. You can see it's just getting lodged and stuck to the canal wall entrance there. So I'm just trying to get a really good grip on this next section here. It does feel like it's going to come out. So wiggle it up and down there, just to try and bend it around the corner and out through this canal entrance. I suppose we could have used a Jobson Horne here if we wanted to. Always a little bit more difficult with very, very sticky wax like this. Sometimes when you put the Jobson Horne in, as you saw with the patient with the last one, it kind of spreads the wax sometimes. If it's really sticky and you spread it thinly over the canal wall, then to get that off, you're either going to have to scrape along the canal wall or going to have to really work very close to it with a suction tube. But we've managed to dislodge it there. A little bit of wiggling and it came free. Let's get a good look. You can see the eardrum there, looking nice and shiny and healthy. That's perfect. The patient mentioned the other ear, they've got a bit of an irritation in this side. This is actually a really hard piece of wax sitting right at the entrance. Now we can see the eardrum. You can see that perfectly clearly there. Looks lovely and healthy, lovely and shiny, but it was more to do with the irritation as they lay on this canal. You imagine you've got a very narrow entrance. It's pressing against this hard wax. It can be quite uncomfortable for the patient. So I'm using the standard size ulnar tube here just to get a gauge on whether I can detach it from the canal wall and bring it out in one piece. But as you can see, it's not really budging very well. So we're going to use the Jobson Horne now. You can see just barely getting the Jobson Horne in there. It's going to get a bit like a clown car ride in a second, because as we pull this out, the patient moved as they felt this coming out of their ear canal. So everything goes a little bit jumpy in a second, but you can see that you've got some dry skin there coming out. We've managed to detach it. There we go. That's where the patient felt it coming away. You can see the little bits of dry skin there on the outside edge. There's the eardrum again, looking lovely and healthy. So this is what we removed. You can see the right hand side piece there has got that dry skin right. That's what we removed from the second ear. What we removed from the first ear is on the left hand side. So you can see there was actually much more in the right side, but a lot of that stuff on the left got sucked into the machine.
Thank you very much for watching our video today. If you did enjoy the video, then please like. If you're not subscribed already or you'd like to do so, you can click the subscribe button here. If you'd like to check out some more of our videos, they're also up there. Now, if you want to follow us, you can do on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and also check our website if you want to know a little bit more about us. And as always, guys, until the next time, take care.